All right, back again for another episode. Today we'll be covering the blizzard of 1888, paralyzing the east coast of the United States. Also, how are you, comrade?
Familiar. I
How
am
are you?
good. How are you?
Are you ready to go?
Doing very well, thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, let's do this.
March 12th, 1888.
Great voice.
It started as a normal day
That's because it's a fake voice. That's AI.
in the bustling
man.
streets of New York City. People hurried about, completely unaware of what was about to unfold. By nightfall, skies would unleash one of the most devastating snowstorms in American history, the Great Blizzard of 1888. This wasn't just another winter storm. It was a force of nature so fierce that it buried cities, claimed hundreds of lives, and forever changed the way we think about urban planning and disaster preparedness.
Okay, so obviously this is an AI video, so I prefer those because some of the other ones have too much music and copyright. So just putting that out there.
Today, we'll take you on a journey back to that fateful week to understand how this storm not only brought chaos, but also sparked innovation. The day began like any other. The morning of March 11th, 1888, was mild for the season. Merchants opened their shops, children played in the streets, and commuters took horse-drawn carriages to work.
You know what's crazy back then is they didn't have any, we watch the weather and like we what's on our phone and you can just look at the weather. People got surprised by it. It's kind of
I was just thinking that too. I was like, wait, surprise. And you realize, no, it's 1888. And, no one's walking around with a mobile phone or television weather reports in their pockets or on their shelves.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No satellite, no satellite in the sky to let you know.
Yeah, right?
No.
Yeah, I wonder if weather reporting was even a thing, like on radio, right? Like,
I mean,
that was even, depending on where you are.
I guess you would know locally, right? Like, how far would you know? Like, maybe, I don't even know. Like a horseback rider would come into town and like, how do you get it out?
Yeah, right. Hey, by the way, guys, the storms are coming.
Yeah. I mean, you get used to it because I think there was the Farmer's Almanac, and that's actually like a pretty amazing thing. But they weren't dumb. I don't believe any of, when I grew up, they would speak as like people who were before us were dumb. I don't believe any of that. I think these people were tough, gritty, and intelligent.
Oh, I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
Less informed than us, like with all the tech,
Newspapers carried no warnings of impending danger. After all,
there we go.
Meteorology was still in its infancy.
I don't think everybody was literate back then as well. So, I don't think everybody was reading. Maybe somebody in your family might. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, and then meteorology too. Yeah, not being.
But high above the Atlantic, nature was brewing a storm of unparalleled magnitude. A warm front collided with a mass of Arctic air, creating the perfect conditions for what would become a deadly blizzard.
Winter is coming.
As evening approached, temperatures plummeted, and rain turned to snow. The wind began to howl.
I love the speed roll this guy got in here with the car, with the electricity.
Yeah, I know, right?
Come on, man.
Yeah, in 1888 too. That's a good point. Yeah,
demons.
Yeah. Signaling that this was no ordinary snowfall. The city would soon come to a standstill, and the lives of its residents would be changed forever.
All right.
Per hour. Fierce winds howled through the streets at speeds of up to 80 miles.
It's got the cars. It's crazy.
It's true. Yeah, probably what's throwing me off because this is, radio wasn't even really a thing then either.
To be honest,
I was wrong before. So this is
there is no footage, right? It had to be like an illustration,
Per hour. By midnight, the city was under siege. Snowdrifts towered over buildings and buried entire neighborhoods.
Oh man, can you imagine?
Yeah, that's crazy.
The storm wasn't just relentless. It was deadly.
Scott's voice.
Telegraph lines snapped under the weight of the ice, cutting off communication with the outside world. Trains were halted.
Okay.
leaving passengers stranded in freezing cars for days, with temperatures dropping to...
Were there cars in 1888?
Oh, I don't think as we. No, I'm gonna. You got me on that one. I don't think so. Not as we have today. Like, or even like.
Are there cars in
20 to 30
1888?
years afterwards? I don't think.
It says, yeah, there was like these weird, yeah, they look terrible though. They're not cars. They're just like big wheel tricycles, basically. That's
yeah. I know. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. Those like funny looking. I would hardly call it a car today. They kind of got me on that.
Yeah,
it's like
this one isn't even. I guess a horse would draw the wagon.
Some other kind of conveyance.
Single digits. Right? Even stepping outside became a death sentence. People who attempted to walk home found themselves lost in blinding snow. Tragically, many froze to death just steps from their own doorsteps. The storm's wrath wasn't limited to New York City. Across the northeastern United States, towns and cities faced similar devastation. In Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts, snow buried homes and stranded families. It was clear that this was not just a local disaster. This was a regional catastrophe.
Okay. Yeah, I guess regionally you wouldn't know until some time passed, and then the newspapers would circulate, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or if you're unfortunate enough to look out your window and see nothing but a white snowdrift, like higher than your ceiling, and you realize, oh, it clearly snowed last night.
Yeah.
What just happened?
I don't even think they had electricity, right? Electricity wasn't around in 1888.
I don't think it was nearly as widespread until like roughly maybe the 1890s. So 1896, 1895 maybe. So like, yeah, so 1888, we weren't quite there yet as far as electricity either.
Yeah.
So it was all very, it's interesting because when you consider heat and things like that, things we take for granted in modern society today, the people freezing to death, according to this author. I mean, man.
It's funny. I'll share this real quick. I was taking it was cold the other day, and I'm like, I'm gonna ride my bike. I got that little white bike I actually brought to Maine, and I was like, I'm gonna go around the block, and it was pretty windy, right? So I got on this bike, and I went about 2 blocks away from my house, and I didn't wear gloves, and my hands were so cold that on the way back, I couldn't even click the brake to stop because my fingers were that cold, and it happened within
really?
I don't know, 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, I couldn't even feel my fingers, and then I went home and I was just like, damn. It's like that, so I couldn't imagine this, it's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
brutal.
Just reality of livestock freezing to death in their barns. Some families burned their furniture just to stay warm.
That's crazy.
Stories of heroism emerged, neighbors helping neighbors, sharing what little they had to survive. Yet, the storm claimed over 400 lives, leaving a trail of heartbreak and devastation in its wake. When the storm finally subsided on March 14th, the scale of the destruction became evident. Streets were unrecognizable, buried under mountains of snow.
Damn.
12-foot-high drifts blocked doorways and covered entire buildings. Rescue operations began, but the challenges were immense. With no way to clear the snow quickly, it took days to dig out key thoroughfares. The economic toll was staggering. Businesses remained closed, cutting off vital income for thousands. Railroads suffered millions in damages, and the maritime industry, already reeling from the storm's high winds, lost countless ships and crews to the sea. The total cost of the disaster was estimated at $25 million in 1888 dollars, equivalent to over $700 million today.
I think there's a little $1888. Okay.
Yeah, so if you count for inflation comparing with today, Yeah, what was that? 700 million? Did he say?
Yeah. Whenever the AI videos do the numbers, I kind of like half believe everything they say.
Amid the devastation, there were signs of resilience.
All right. Rise up.
Communities banded together to clear the streets.
America.
Support one another.
American
People
pride.
shared food, clothing, and warmth. It was a testament to the
Also, if this was in New York City, the boroughs were still like so of the culture. You'd have, I don't know, I know in Philly it's like the Polish, the Irish, you know, the Italian. And I'm sure that was going on back in the day there too.
Oh, you're probably right about that. Yeah. What's interesting too is if this was New York, I think like my grandparents showing me photos of Queens at the time, and it was still like there was still like farmland out there.
Oh, wow.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, so what we now think of as a fully urbanized, part of New York City, it was still relatively rural when my grandparents were growing up, or great grandparents. So it's just wild how things.
Yeah, New York has been.
Changed.
I watched a video the other day about earlier it was like the Native Americans and like people just living off the land.
Oh yeah.
And it's amazing that same. I know it's an island. Like Manhattan is just out there in the water basically.
That's right.
And they're like they used to just be fishing and hunting and living, and then all that rose up within a couple hundred years. I would say,
Yeah, right.
100 for
wild,
sure.
isn't it?
From 1900 to like now, it's 100 and what is that? 126 years. It's been a tremendous change.
Yeah.
My camera's getting crazy here. All right, let's get back into this.
You were saying something important, I guess. That's that's good.
Yeah, my camera. You know what it is? I use my hands a lot. My camera loses its mind.
and spirit, a determination to rebuild, even in the face of overwhelming odds.
All right, let's get to the end of this. All right, so I'm starting to get the drift here.
On a national level, the storm spurred advancements in meteorology. The U.S. Weather Bureau, now known as the National Weather Service, began to adopt more scientific methods for predicting storms. While it would take years to perfect, these changes laid the groundwork for modern weather forecasting.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The Great Blizzard of 1888 was more than just a storm. It was a moment in history that tested the limits of human resilience and ingenuity.
All right, so I kind of get the drift here. All right, let's summarize here. All right, I know the video wasn't the greatest, as far as accuracy is visually, definitely not. What did you think about that? What'd you get from it?
I liked the video, and it makes you think of just how, with the number of lives taken, for example, just how dangerous the cold can be. And one of the thoughts that came to my mind quickly is there's this region in Russia, eastern Russia, like the Far East, Yakutsk.
Mm-hmm.
The city's Yakutia, or the Sakha Republic, or however. There are areas that get to like minus, I think it's like 60 degrees Celsius or like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that.
Yes.
It's so cold that if you wear boots that you would wear here in the States, those boots would become incredibly brittle and just freeze. They won't work there.
Wow.
Like it's just so like it's like the kind of life-threatening cold. So it just made me think of that, and all the modern conveniences we have today, like that even I take for granted.
Yeah.
I just feel very lucky that I get to. For anyone who's wondering, I'm in the northeastern United States now. We just had a major snowstorm.
Yeah.
I'm lucky to be sitting in the warmth of my own home, and not have to worry about getting buried by snow. So,
definitely the inspiration of even doing this video. I was out there shoveling today. It's ridiculous.
There you go. Yeah.
Wasn't that bad, honestly. Not too bad. The last one we paid somebody to shovel because it was all. Remember the last one was worse. It had all that ice.
Yeah. That's true.
This one was easier. But I'm slightly under the weather, so it wasn't easy getting out there. It really wasn't all that bad. I had off today, so I was able to just sleep and hang out.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Again, like we always say on the show, we're very we're blessed because we're comfortable, So I did pull up some facts here about this storm. So it says here, let me pull it up. It says fatality. Over 400 people died, including approximately 200 in New York City alone, and about 100 sailors at sea. What else do we have? Massive drifts, sustained winds of 45 miles an hour with gusts of up to 80 miles per hour, creating drifts as high as 50 feet. Damn.
Man, 50 feet.
And snow total was around 21 to 22 inches. Yeah, so not great. We do have some real images here.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah,
this is. I'll put things in perspective.
A great blizzard.
Yeah, look at that.
There we go. But yeah, if I click on this website, they usually always annoy me. Come on, just give me the picture. Here we go.
I know, right? There we go. Yeah, look at that.
Kind of see it.
Look at that.
There they are. They always got them hats. Everybody got the hats.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, very hat people.
What's interesting too is the silence if you go outside after a freshly fallen snow or a lot of it.
Yeah,
it's just so quiet out there.
Yeah,
I always thought that was interesting too. Even if you're in a major city, it just
what's kind of
cool.
Wild looking is all these lines. I guess those were telecommunication lines, right?
Yeah, probably. Let me see. Yeah, probably. Yeah, telecoms lines.
Look at them.
Or oh yeah, I know, right? Telecommunications lines and maybe that's a lot.
Yeah, that's probably the
maybe those I don't know what they call them in English, believe it or not. The electric tram lines. Those
that's probably the beginning of it too. I don't think
maybe the very beginnings. Yeah,
close.
Among that mess of telecommunications, of course, right?
Yeah. Yep. So it is what it is. That's what it was. And anything else you want to add to that?
Just to if you're in a cold climate, stay warm. If you can, stay safe.
Yeah.
Bundle up, and makes me think of some survivalist things, but maybe that's for another video.
It's the one thing I'll say that someone told me, or I watched it somewhere. So people who come from warm climates, cultures, are usually happy-go-lucky people, and they wear colorful clothing, and they dance a lot, they smile a lot, and they're louder, right? And people that come from cold, hard places like Germany and Sweden and Norway and Russia, they're way more stoic. They're way more. They have what I call quiet power, and I think it's because
it seems that way, doesn't it? Yeah,
it's like they have legacy deep, generationally deep people who have gone through a ton of things. So they are just they're so stoic. They're so strong, and they're quiet about it, which I admire.
It is something. I wish I was that stoic today when I was outside shoveling snow or inside trying to get my computer to work. I was not that stoic.
You could be, but you know what the meaning of stoic means? You don't complain. And we live around and know a lot of complainers. And then if you're around, like I complain more because other people around me start complaining. But yeah, that's the whole trick to being a stoic. You don't complain. You just eat it.
You don't complain. Yeah. I complained a bit today, and somewhat needlessly, if I look back. But yeah.
I absolutely was like, I was like, I'm gonna go inside and eat. Like, whatever. Anyway, that was fun. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.